Our children are stressed and they feel ignored. What can we do? Hello and welcome. My name is Leigh Stiles, and thank you for joining me for this e-poster presentation here at the University of Arizona Global Campus 2022 Research Symposium. The information provided in this will be including research data that I have collected over the last 4 years through teaching social emotional learning in the classrooms, as well as providing stress management workshops for junior high students. I am currently a PsyD student here at UAGC with a specialization in sport and performance psychology. I am the CEO and lead consultant of Sport and Performance Styles, where I design performance enhancement programs, and seeing them to come to fruition is an awesome feeling. I have been fortunate enough to work with military personnel, elite athletes, college athletes, teaching staff and administration, firefighters, and law enforcement personnel. My favorite career, being a full-time mama, 2 amazing children, both getting ready to graduate with their bachelor's this May. A very dear passion to me personally is promoting awareness in our youth and adolescents regarding the effects of screen-based media. And this is an association to that. First, we're going to begin with an interactive aspect of a presentation, if you will. Can you relate? Have you ever just wanted to be heard? You have something that you want to share with a friend, family member, coworker, a promotion or an accommodation that you received, or a funny story that you had heard and wanted to share, an adventure on your way home from work, or even a new romance. I go into the classrooms to discuss social emotional learning aspect of listening with attention. And I started off like this. You're so excited. Oh my gosh, you cannot wait to share this with someone. It is the most amazing thing that happened to you today. And you're standing in front of another person expressing all of your joy that you just had experienced. And they are there on their phone saying something along the lines of, yeah, cool, wow, really? No, as they text, swipe left, right, scroll up, down. And then they have the audacity to hold up their finger and take a phone call. So what you hear on this one-sided conversation is, hello? Yeah, no. I told you I'd be there in about 45 minutes. I set a notification on my phone. Yeah, I'll see you then. Okay. All right, bye. And then they go back to their phone, texting, swiping, left, right, scrolling, up, down. Then they stop and they look at you and they say, I'm sorry, were you saying something? The audacity. Ouch. Undivided attention is not yours. So I must ask, how does that make you feel? Well, our children have definitely shared their stories. But first, let's look at what the numbers have to say. Out of the 1,200 students that have been through this presentation in the classrooms over the last 4.5 years, 1,167 of them feel ignored. That is 97% of kids. That's a lot of kids that feel neglected or ignored, not just by their parents, but by their friends, even their teachers. So what are our kids saying? My 4th grader. I left my clarinet in Dad's car. Mom's on her phone. Okay, well, we'll get it. He gets to school the next day, forgot his clarinet. He didn't get it out of Dad's truck, calls Mom. Mom leaves work, goes to Dad's work, gets the clarinet out of the truck, takes it to the school. And this young man, he was in trouble. He tried to plead his case. I told you, but you were on your phone. Forgetting to be picked up after school. That's a classic one. My best friend's boyfriend. This one was horrendous. She talks to her friend about going to the school dance with the guy who asked her out. She's super excited. Friend is on her phone, listening, not listening. A week goes by. The friend who was on her phone comes to her and says, Oh my gosh, you'll never believe what. So and so asked me to the dance and I said yes. Happened to be the same guy. I emailed my assignment teacher, but you still gave me an F. Teacher never received it. She wasn't listening. And the worst one, children have told me about getting in trouble for telling their parents that they ignore them when they're on their phones, just like they do. You do the same thing to me. Our youth and our adolescents are feeling very stressed. The top three stressors: school, their friends and their peer groups, and family. So, what are they doing to cope with this? Well, let's look and see what they're stressed about first. In school, these are the different things that were assessed: extracurricular activities, being a performer, either with a choir, band. They feel pressure with non school sports like AAU basketball or volleyball, softball. They feel pressure in school sports. To perform as a student in general is relatively high, 78 students out of the 120. And feeling stressed and overwhelmed, 90 out of 120 students that were surveyed. So, how are they coping with this stress that they feel? They are engaging in risky behavior: drinking, smoking, vaping. They're stress eating, spending way too much time on their phones, and lying to their parents about how they are really feeling or what they're really doing. So, what can we do? While we can teach and practice mindfulness, my favorite is self-awareness. One of the activities I do is the many pieces of me. It's very enlightening. The adolescents really get engaged, which was surprising because teenagers, they kind of know everything already. Imagery. We would do imagery in the morning. They loved it. The lemon trick actually caught their mouths to water. They thought that was pretty amazing. Who knew? Psychosomatic responses. Breathing techniques. My staff truly enjoy the breathing techniques. Rhythmic breathing, doing it 3 times, breathing in through your nose, holding it for 4 seconds, and then exhaling it for 4 seconds. It got to the point where the students would remind me to do breathing exercises in the morning if I just jumped into a lesson without doing this first. More importantly, 85% of the junior high students through this study said that they would continue practicing these techniques, and checking in with them now that they are high school students, a large portion of them still do. The best thing that we can do is lead by example. Make eye contact, put the phones down, close the laptops, and actually look at them. Ask questions, repeat what they say, show them that we are truly engaged. If we want our children to be successful, we need to give them examples and set a good example at that by being a role model. As a parent, as a teacher, it is important. Thank you for this opportunity to share my proposed research and discuss a growing concern. I leave you with this. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I may remember. Involve me and I learn. Thank you, Benjamin Franklin.